Hi there, guys. How we doing today? All right. Looks like we have a few people here live with us. So I was telling our presenters how we were going to kind of go through what we're going to do today, because I know that we have some people who are visiting us live. We have some people who are going to be joining us later, watching the recording. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of our departments that are with us today and talk about how they can help you be successful in all the different things that they do. And then we'll give anybody who's here live an opportunity to chat one-on-one with those departments if they wish. And at the end of our actual introductions to our departments, I'll also give you guys information on how to track your participation. So thank you guys for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and start as the Assistant Director of Student Life for Ivy Tech. My name is Carrie Knuth. And before I actually go into the whole spiel about what Ivy Tech is doing, most of you guys who are joining us know that we are doing stuff all week this week as part of Welcome Week. We are giving away prizes, $10 for attending the event either live or via the recording through tomorrow, $10 gift cards to Pizza Hut, and then entry into the grand prize drawing for 2 Lenovo laptops. So we will be doing the drawing for the grand prize on Monday. So you need to make sure that your participation is tracked and that you have watched this video and that you follow the instructions at the end of this video to make sure that you get in on that drawing. So I've got, if you guys are seeing my screen, you guys see that today's our Thursday event. Tomorrow we have our Friday Fun Day with free virtual digital caricatures. Douse, oh yeah, Douse had the best digital caricature last semester. It was awesome. I should actually put it up here. But these guys that we hired to do this are super talented in rendering your face digitally, and this is totally free. And we've got lots of spots open for this. So if you guys are interested, we're doing it from 11 to 2. You do have to pre-register in order to reserve your spot because we only have those few spots available. So make sure and click on the information that I sent you in the link or on Ivy Life in order to sign up for those spots. Also, pre-registration is currently happening for our event next week, which is a Titan painting event, and we're doing like an instructed Titan painting. Titan, if you are not aware, is our mascot for the Ivy Tech Fort Wayne area, and he's pretty cool. So if you want to kind of show your college spirit and get yourself a painted Titan, we are asking that you register for that so that we can actually send you your painting supplies in advance and that you have them in time for the virtual instruction next week. So make sure to log in to Ivy Life and sign up for that event. Okay. So student life, what do we do? It sounds like, for all intents and purposes, student life is responsible for all of your extracurricular activities for during college. So basically what that, that can be, most people just think that when they come to school, they go to class and that's it. But there's just really so much more. And student life kind of does a lot with that to support the mission of the college. So just a few things. Just like you're seeing today, we develop academic partnerships and also student support partnerships to bring things like this available to students. So part of our mission is to let students know what things are out there in order to help them be successful. We also are responsible for developing a sense of community on campus. So that includes things that offer opportunities for school spirit, like our Titan event. We have Titan engagement activities, and then also student organizations. So student organizations are usually student-led opportunities. We have 20 plus student organizations on our campus, and these are different groups of students who just either think collectively, they might be part of a program, and they're really just each organization has its own mission on what they are representing and what they're there to help the student do. So some of that is just by providing additional community. Some of that is providing graduation help and incentives and support. Some of it, we have a moms club that is really just out there to like support moms and provide kind of that extra that extra connection on campus to put yourself with students who might be in the same shoes as you. So we have 20 plus of those opportunities on campus. You can always check out our student organizations on Ivy Life. Another thing that Student Life does is provide leadership training opportunities. So in the fall semester, we offer a Student Leadership Academy. This is a non-credit course that actually goes for 9 weeks throughout the semester, and at the end of which you receive a scholarship, a 3 credit hour scholarship, and a graduation ceremony and things like that. We did do this that academy virtually this past fall. We also, when we are meeting face-to-face and allowed to travel, we offer a student leadership conference, which is a statewide initiative. It brings up to 25 students from each campus together to offer training and school spirit and school history and just a lot of leadership training opportunities at this 2-day conference. This semester, since we are virtual, we're turning that into a virtual opportunity that's going to be available to all students all semester long. It's called Ivy Achieve. You may hear information about this coming up, but they are leadership opportunities that are going to be available for any of our students to attend these opportunities and these trainings throughout the entire state. So keep an eye out for that, and there's some incentives that come out with that as well. Student Life is also responsible for initiating health and wellness opportunities for students. So when we are on campus, that looks like, that we're in charge of the fitness center. We bring, health fairs to you. We might bring like fitness classes to you, but we also, look at wellness in the broad spectrum of providing mental health opportunities, financial wellness, those kinds of things for students as well. And then we also, Student Life is also responsible for our athletics department, which if you don't know, we have a Titan baseball and a Titan volleyball team, and our office oversees those as well. We do service and civic engagement opportunities for students. So this can include like service projects for nonprofit organizations around this city, but it also, we also seek out and promote volunteer opportunities. And then we also look at civic engagement by introducing students to, their civic responsibilities of understanding, governmental and constitutional rights, and, how things like that are available to us as students, like voting and voting locations and those kinds of things. And then finally, programming. So obviously, we're taking part in programming right now, but Student Life oversees our Campus Activities Board, which is our programming board that offers a diverse array of social, cultural, educational, and entertaining activities that are designed for the entire student body to enjoy and just kind of provide that additional learning outside of the classroom. So that's just some of the stuff that we do here in Student Life. I am going to go ahead and drop our flyer, which I was intending to have up the entire time I was chatting here, but I didn't. So I'm going to drop that in the chat box here so you guys can check that out. And then also I am going to show you, if you are not aware, how to get on your Ivy Life to see all of the events that are available, all of the nope, it's not going to let me do that. So your Ivy Life page from your My Ivy account is just available right here on the landing. You click on the Ivy Life icon, choose Fort Wayne from your memberships, because you should be a member, and this will take you to the Student Life page that lists all of the events we have here on campus. And then you can also seek out all the organizations we have on campus by going to organizations and filtering out by Fort Wayne to see all the different organizations that we have available that you can connect with on campus. So that's what I have as Student Life. It looks like we have, I'm going on my pictures here, so it looks like we have Joe McMichael and Joyce here from our Career Coaching and Employer Connections Department. So I'm going to let them take it away. I'm going to stop my share. And Joe, Joyce, welcome. and have you guys
Hello.
introduce yourselves.
All righty. Let's see here. So Joyce, you're gonna just pull through the slides then. Can you?
Yeah, I will pull through the slides and let Joe do the talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So hi everybody. I'm Joe McMichael. I'm the executive director of career coaching and employer connections here for Fort Wayne and Warsaw.
And I'm Joyce. I'm a career coach with the career coaching and employer connections Fort Wayne and Warsaw. So yeah, it's good to be here.
All right. Well, I'll get started. And when we're on campus, we are located in Harshman Hall 1240. I will note that we are not currently on campus, but here to serve you all and can do virtual appointments as needed. So you can click the next. So Ivy Tech Career Coaching Employer Connections really is here to support you with from the front end, which many of you are launching your career, clear through graduation and providing you some of the tools, coaching and experiences that will benefit you towards graduation. And including in some of those tools would be one of the things that we really work closely one-on-one with students in the career coaching space, which is where Joyce is focused in on, and that individualized personal career coaching, one-on-one coaching with you. So many of you who are here may know or have already decided upon what major that you're considering, but we often know that changes. So therefore, our team of coaches, which we have 3 of them, can help you individualize that, provide assessments to help you better understand yourself, but then ultimately put you on the right path towards the completion of that degree program. And then in addition to that, we do have the career experiences specialists. We have 2 of those individuals who will work with you closely with internships, maybe potentially job shadowing, part-time and or full-time jobs. We do have a work study program, which is you could work on campus at one of the different departments to help from a part-time job perspective as well. I want to talk a little bit more about this, and this is really important to us because we know, how important it is for you to develop your career development or your career in terms of resume, maybe interviewing skills, employability skills, but we have what we call a career development portfolio, which prepare you to put yourself in a best position to a potential employer. So that being said, you can access your career development portfolio again in the student resources. If you go to My Ivy, you click on Hire Ivy and you can access your career development portfolio. And basically you'll be clicking through milestones. Go ahead, Joyce. I don't know if you have the next slide there. And some of those milestones that we'd have include a resource toolkit. So if you may get stuck in one of these areas, you need assistance with a resume and or cover letter, maybe interviewing, LinkedIn tips and things of that nature. We do have a resource toolkit inside the career development portfolio, which would be in Hire Ivy.
Okay.
Which is the resource toolkit right there. So, but the career coaching, kind of giving you a basic overview of what they do, is again, the focus one-on-one career coaching would help you recognize steps forward, and that could include an assessment. And we understand that many students have difficulty in finding the right career path for them. So I think you'll find our team really focused on assisting you one-on-one, meeting with you to ensure that that pathway is best for you. And then in addition to that, we have, as I mentioned, the career experiences folks who can work with you, helping you network with employers through internships, job shadowing, and part-time jobs. We want to ensure that we provide that support. You can build your resume through these internship opportunities, build that network. And then really, as it mentioned here, test driving that career pathway. So what better way to do that than to maybe take a look at in terms of a job shadow or an internship to see if this is the right fit for you. And so I mentioned before, but Joyce is one of our career coaches. And then we also have Tara and Lorena, who each one would be happy to speak with you regarding career pathways, resume help, cover letters, and things like that. And then Christine and Anne would be our career experience specialists who would help more in the work and learn space, helping you with part-time jobs, full-time jobs. They're the folks you'd want to speak to regarding those. And then you can learn more. And Joyce dropped a link in the chat as well in terms of our page. So you can kind of click on that page and see all our resources, including the individual trainings, kind of the resources that we provide to you. But by all means, contact us. We're happy to support you in this journey, and we want to help.
That's right. Don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much for being here. Okay, so next picture that I see is Carrie Black, who is here visiting us from Trio Support Services. There's her video. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Okay, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Awesome. I will share about Trio here. I'm going to share our program flyer. All right. Did that come up okay?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So my name is Carrie Black. I'm the coordinator with our Trio program. Trio is a grant-funded program that students apply for. If you are eligible and get accepted into our program, we're with you until graduation. It's one application, not something that you have to do yearly or every semester. We stay with you for your whole journey. We accept students, when they're early on in their time at Ivy Tech, or even when they're approaching graduation, because one of our services is also to help students with transfer goals. So to be eligible for the Trio program, here on the left-hand side, I have our eligibility criteria. You do need to meet at least one of the 3 criteria to be eligible. You do not need to meet all 3. I get that question a lot where students think, that they need to fit all 3. You do not. You can qualify by being first generation. That would mean that neither of your parents have a bachelor's degree or higher that they attained when you were a minor, so when you were under 18. If you maybe have a parent that went back to school when you were in your 20s, for example, and got a bachelor's degree, you would still be considered first generation. Or if you have a parent that maybe went to Ivy Tech or another community college and they got their associates or they got a certificate, you also would still be considered a first generation student. That is probably our most popular way that students qualify, but that's not the only way. You can also qualify for the program by being low income. In general, if you're getting a Pell Grant as part of your financial aid package, or some of the other grants that are out now, like Workforce Ready, O'Bannon Grant, you're most likely going to hit our low income qualifier. Ours is actually a little bit more generous than FAFSA. So I always tell students, if you think you might qualify, it's worth looking at it. It's just a form that we do together, and oftentimes a student hits the low income criteria and they're actually surprised. So that is always worth checking into. And then the third way to qualify is if you have a disability that is registered with the campus disability office. And I see that Todd's on here, so he's probably going to share later about his department, but we work really closely with them. They're a great referral source for our program. And what's really nice about them is everything is kept completely confidential. So if you are registered with their department, all we're provided is proof that you are registered and not any other specifics. That's then up to the student's choice, if they are going to disclose specifics with us. In terms of our services then, if you qualify on at least one of these 3 criteria, then we like to describe our services as kind of like a menu. So it's rare that a student is going to use or need every single service. That may happen, but in general, I would say most students really plug into a few resources that they need the most. And then we never force you to use what you may not need. So for example, we have some students that maybe rarely use tutoring, but they really need the extra advising help, or they're really wanting that accountability of just a support system to check in with. And that works great. Or we have some other students who really use a lot of the academic tutoring, but maybe they don't come to our financial related workshops. We want you to use what you most need to be successful. Some of those services, like I mentioned, we're part of your advising team. We work closely with Advising Center in terms of you'll still have an advisor with them, but we just become part of that team. Another set of eyes to help you, if a registration problem comes up, if you want to talk about your major, maybe some questions, we can help provide resource and referral in that area. We have our own tutoring lab that is just for TRIO students. That's unlimited drop-in, and we have one-on-one scheduling now. That's operating completely virtually at this time. Eventually, when we get back on campus, we do have a physical lab as well, but the virtual tutoring over Zoom is a great option. We're able to problem solve with you. I think that sometimes that service is maybe one of the most valuable. Just having people in your corner, you might be lost on, my class dropped for low enrollment. What do I do next? Or what department do I even go to? I get a lot of those kind of calls. And I think it can just help to have a department in your corner to help lead you to where you need to go next. Assisting with emergencies, making community referrals. One thing I will point out is we're not a program that can provide a financial benefit since we're grant funded. Being in our program does not provide you a scholarship or provide you direct aid, but we're able to help with the process of looking for scholarships, filing your FAFSA, making referrals to community programs like Questa or other things that you could find financial resource from. But I do like to point that out just so students know. We help with financial and economic literacy. We have guests come in and do workshops. We did a financial literacy summit virtually for the first time last semester, and that was really fun. Helping with some of those life skills, tax filing, talking about home buying or car buying that you may not learn from a class, but that you may need just in life. And as I mentioned, some of the things you gain, extra accountability, mentoring, coaching, motivation and encouragement. I know when I was a student, sometimes you don't realize how much you need that extra motivation and encouragement. Many of our students in our program are returning adults, single parents. We've had graduates in their 70s. So I really like how diverse the program is. And I think having that diversity around you and just students that are going through similar struggles that you might be going through can be really motivational. And then yesterday during the student org fair, I did mention TRIO Leadership Council. That is separate from the program. Any student can be in TRIO Leadership Council. So even if you're hearing this presentation and you're unfortunately not eligible for TRIO the program, you could join the council. We have had virtual meetings. When we were in person, we helped in the campus food pantry, helped plan events. So it's a good way to meet other students. If you're interested in the program, when I stop my share, I am going to drop this flyer in the chat. And then I will also put a form link that you can use to provide your contact information, and we could discuss the application process. Our application is completely online, and we just do an intake appointment with you to help you through that process. So we'd love to have you in the program. We've got a lot of spots for spring semester. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Okay, next up we have Chris Dowse, who is here to talk to us about IIB Cares and student success. So if you will take it away, Chris.
Yeah, let me share my screen. So as Carrie said, my name is Chris Dowse. I am the director of the Retention and Engagement Office. My title has changed, but we still provide the same services. And my colleague, Kristen Leonard Jackson, or Kristen Jackson, is with us as well. She is our navigator for our IB Works program. That program is designed to work with students who are receiving SNAP benefits and are pursuing a certificate program. And we will provide wraparound services to those students We can help cover tuition. We can assist with childcare, and a variety of things that students may need with that particular program. And Kristen's information is listed, and you can contact her and she can help answer any of those questions that you may have regarding Ivy Works. Our other services that we provide, we coordinate orientation. I am the student conduct officer here at Ivy Tech, as well as I coordinate the wraparound services that we have on campus. So we have a food pantry, which is available to students. We have emergency funds, which are available to students. We have a laptop loaner program. We have mental health services. We coordinate with Boeing Center. Students get 4 free appointments. And then if they need additional appointments after that, we can work with them and get them those additional appointments as well. We have Ivy Assist, which is an electronic database of community resources. We also have the ability to provide some assistance if you need transportation through Uber, and we can help cover part of the cost for transporting you to where you need to go. So if you have any questions about the wraparound services that we offer, you can either email me at cdouse@ivytech.edu, or you can email ivycares-fortwayne@ivytech.edu. And we're willing to work with you and get you whatever you need. So that's a little bit about our office.
Awesome. Kristen, did you have anything that you wanted to add specifically for Ivy Works?
No, I think Chris pretty much covered everything.
He does that so well.
He does.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like next on the docket, I have Mr. Tim Tappan, our director of our Center for Academic Excellence. Do you want to go ahead and introduce your department, Tim? I'm not hearing you, Tim.
I was trying to be cool like Todd Nichols and use a headset.
That's awesome.
but I pushed a button, put myself on mute. So I'm Tim Tappan. I'm the director for the Center for Academic Excellence, and most people just refer to us as the Tutoring Center. We have our tutoring center is the tutoring center that tutors more courses than any other center in the campus or in the state. We have some pretty amazing people. I like to joke that I'm not that smart, but I work with a lot of smart people. So no matter what your courses are, I think that tutoring can be best explained as a conversation. So most people think of tutoring as something you do when you quote unquote need help. I think of tutoring as more of a conversation where you're talking about something that you want to learn. And by the end of that conversation, you're explaining it to them. And that really demonstrates a level of knowledge and ownership that's going to translate into good grades, which then translates into graduation. So really, that's what the Tutoring Center is all about, is providing those conversations that support student success. We are open. Let me show our website real quick, and then that'll probably help. Let me close that out. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the Center for Academics Excellence website. And you can see this is always my favorite part of the website, is smiling students with good grades. So these are some of the students that use services, and then they put themselves in a position to be successful. We have the department hours and contact information. You can schedule appointments individually, or you can tutor drop-in without an appointment, and all of that is there, as well as we do pre-semester workshops. Now, we're already into the first week of the semester, but the thing that we do is we also record them. So if you're in any of these classes, you have an opportunity to watch those recordings and access all the material. In particular, the Smart Start for Success applies to any course. just the things that good students do to be successful. And then I will go ahead and drop the location of the site in the chat. And I think as an overview, the only other thing I'd like to say is that Ivy Tech has a real commitment to your success. That's why they offer the tutoring services, TRIO, the career coaching, and employment connection. And we just want to see you be successful. And all these services as a student are free to you. So I think that says a lot about what Ivy Tech is and how we feel about our students. So that being said, I'll go ahead and wrap that part up, but let me send this and I'll drop the website into a chat real quick here. So, all right, that's it for me.
All right, thank you, Tim. And I think that sums up our intent with our students very nicely. Okay, so next up we have Mr. Todd Nichols from our Disability Support Services. Todd, you want to take it away?
Sure thing. Good afternoon, everybody. First off, I put in the chat the link to where you can apply for our support. But let me say a couple things to start with. First off, a lot of people don't fundamentally understand the scope and some of the rules of our department. First off, once a person turns 18, any discussion about any sort of barriers, disabilities, whatever phrasing or adjectives you like to use to describe your particular situation, it's confidential. There's no one at the school that is going to know ahead of time that you've requested these accommodations. And then even better than that, you have to disclose your instructors, your advisors, your tutors. They cannot say, do you need support under the Americans with Disabilities Act? Do you have a disability? That's just illegal. So you have to self-advocate. And whether you're a high school student or a veteran or a lifelong learner or wherever you're at in college, we've got to get the message out. And any students that are on this Zoom right now, you're now an ambassador. If you're with somebody and they say, hey, I was in a car accident, or I'm having a rough time right now with COVID, or divorce and I've seen a therapist. When somebody says that, there are support opportunities for those people, but they have to come forward and self-advocate. We can't ask that question. So the link that I put out there, and I'm also going to put my email address in because sometimes it's just more efficient to email me directly or email our department directly. Second, it's completely confidential, absolutely confidential. Even after it's been determined that you qualify for certain services, even after you have an accommodation form and so forth and so on, the private information, the privileged information about why you're receiving those supports remains confidential. And to that point, I want to, just share with you that these are actually learning tools that you're going to use with learning strategies. It's not special, okay? If someone has challenges reading, the fact that you're using an audiobook with a screen reader is, that's just the way you learn. We want to pull that stigma off. In fact, I don't even really care for the D word. I would rather just look at it that this is where I am in my life right now, and I need these kinds of supports, and these tools are going to help me have equal access, equal opportunity, and then hopefully be successful. Want to also mention that we're all just one step away from needing these sorts of supports. Some people are born with certain skill sets and challenges, and others of us, it might happen tomorrow due to a medical condition. Unfortunately, car accidents and things like that happen. So I wouldn't assume ever that you might not need these services. We might need them. You might need them this afternoon. So we're always here for you. I'd like to also share with you a little bit of the demographics. Everybody, when you say disability support services, most everybody's thinking a person that uses a mobility device, such as a wheelchair, or somebody that uses a sign language interpreter, that sort of thing. 76% of the students we serve do not have observable disabilities. So it never hurts to have the discussion about what sorts of tools and accommodations and supports you might qualify for. It doesn't hurt to have the conversation because it's confidential. And if you are eligible for something, you might find that that really assists you with being successful in classes. And that's kind of my short conversation on that. But the biggest thing is that if you can use that link that I'm supplying, and I'll put my email address in here. Okay, that's computer stuff. We're going to meet with you. We're going to have a discussion, and we're going to really, analyze and look at what it is we can do to support you. We know all these other people here. We work together really closely. Again, the information about why you're receiving services is confidential, but we're all interested in your success. So hopefully this is a good day for you to meet your team. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Todd. Okay, so we are coming up on our last department being represented today. Certainly not a full list of our services here at Ivy Tech, but those who are here today. Last but certainly not least, we have Dr. Ann Spinney from the library. Ann, if you want to take it away.
All right, thank you. And hi, everybody. Sorry I had to drop in late. I am from the library. I'm one of 3 librarians here at Fort Wayne. And the whole reason that we have a library and 3 librarians is to help students have the best experience they can have and be the most successful that they can be. We also help faculty do the best teaching that they can. And we work with them on finding and providing resources. So there are many ways to get to the library. It is physically open right now for 4 hours, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 3. And I was just checking our website, and right now, those are the hours projected going forward, but we hope that will change and we will have more open hours as the COVID crisis eases. Right now, you can see I'm working from home. I'm in my sewing room. But I do have an extensive collection of reference books here with me, and many of our resources are online, and we are here to help you navigate those. I just wanted to go over, I'll share my screen, how to get to the library. All right. There are several ways. One is from My Ivy. There's a link right here, and this will take you to the Fort Wayne Library. And like it says, we're available online, and you just click there to reach us, and you can chat with us by clicking this button in real time, or you can submit an email to us. And when you submit an email, we are open, as it says under About. This is where you'll find when our hours do change. This is under About Hours. We are offering online support from 8 in the morning until 7 at night, Monday through Friday. So even though the library isn't open on Fridays, we're still online for you. And anytime you put an email or a chat in during those hours, a librarian is going to jump on it. It's like, I like to say it's like Jeopardy for us, like reach for the buzzer. And we're here to help you with all kinds of questions, navigating the virtual campus. I heard that term used a few years ago when I was teaching sociology, that the college's website is as much a part of the student's environment, and this was years ago, as the physical campus. And that's even more the case now, where your classes may be meeting on Zoom, and you may be just using the library online materials. We have a number of tutorials, and again, we are personally available to one-on-one with you. We can Zoom with you and help you navigate all this. We've broken down our resources into these areas here. And if you click on each button, it will take you to more information. The library guides, these are for specific subjects that are taught at Ivy Tech, and everything that is in the library has been chosen to relate to the classes that are taught here. So it's going to save you time to use the library rather than Googling or using Google Scholar. We also subscribe to almost 200 databases, and they contain just millions of journal articles and ebooks that are, again, selected to be relevant to your classes. So it will save you time. You'll be able to get right to the full text. And if you have any trouble with that, again, just click on that online help link and we will help you get to those resources. So the library is really here to help you. We're here to save you time. We have some guides on citing sources when you do find things that are relevant for your work. We want to make sure you cite those properly. This is a list of all our databases here. As I said, there's nearly 200 of them. And then we have some that we're showcasing here. We also do have a fiction collection. And again, since the library is physically open 4 hours, 4 days a week right now, you can come in and browse through that. And we try to get some of the current novels. And we do have a small graphic novel collection as well. We have a news blog. Right now we're working on Shelfie Day, which is next Wednesday. If you want to take a picture of your bookshelf and participate in that with us. So let's see, under research up here, in addition to those 3 sections of the page, we have broken things down here. You can see the journals we have. You can check out our audio-visual resources. And then the services here. Again, another way this is the same link for getting online help. If you need to request materials, there's a form to do that. This is for instructors, obviously, schedule instruction. We do lend laptops and GoPro cameras. And so again, that's under services, library technology. If you find that you need a laptop for a short-term or a renewable, more long-term loan during the semester, we have about 30 laptops that we're loaning out. And this is the requirements. And you will have to ask a faculty member to recommend you. If this is your first semester with us, we do recommend that you contact Chris Dowse, who's also here on the meeting, and he can help you with that, because normally there is this requirement about completing a first semester of classes. So, but again, we will work collaboratively we work with TRIO, we work with the CAE, we work with Chris, and with Todd, and all of these offices work together, and the library is part of that support network for our students, again, to help you have the best academic success that you can here at Ivy Tech and complete all your coursework without, we try to make it as smooth as possible for you. But that's a really important link there under services if you need a laptop. Also course reserves. Again, where we're open limited hours, we are open, and if you need to read through your textbook or you are on campus, once campus does open and you didn't schlep your 20-pound textbook with you today, we do have desk copies from the departments that are on reserve, and there's just a list by subject that you would click in. So let's see, for example, this one, we have the books on reserve for those classes. They don't leave the library, but they're available to you, like, again, should you need short-term access to them, and you would use those in the library. Let's see. The other way to get to the library, there is a link in Ivy Learn that I want to just go over quickly. So this would be my courses if I were a student or faculty. And it's under the resources link down here on the bottom. This opens a panel and the library is in there. This takes you to the all state Ivy Tech Libraries page. And so you're going to want to click on your Fort Wayne library. You can do some searching here, but it's going to be more limited. It's just the databases that are held statewide. No problem with that. And you can click here for online support if you find that you need an answer immediately, and if our button here isn't lit up, the lib chat, I don't know why it timed me out, I'm still on there, but I've been having some connection troubles today. So suppose I need an answer right now. if you were on that All-State page, you could get help from an All-State librarian. They might not know specifically your Fort Wayne question, but they can help you with general things like general searching and general citation problems and things like that. So again, not just our Fort Wayne librarians, but all of our Ivy Tech librarians statewide are focused on helping you have the best semester that you can at Ivy Tech. And thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Spinney. Okay, let me get my video back on. So yeah, so one thing I want to point out, and what I think is really excellent about each one of our introductions here is that we all are just kind of like putting out that message of support and success, and that, like, you know, that we are all just, we're here for you. You guys are the reason that we're here, and we're here to eliminate any of those barriers that that make you feel like you can't do it, because you can. And we're here to help you do it. So thank you guys for being here. In just a minute, I'm going to open up our chat rooms. I know we only have a few people here on the line, just in case you guys want to chat with anybody one-on-one. But before I do that, and before I close out the recording, I'm going to do what I promised and show you guys how to track your participation for being here today or for watching the video. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so for those of you who have watched the recordings before, for those of you who have been to my events before, you guys are well aware of what you do here. But if you see here on the screen, there is a QR code, and right below it a link. So you can do either of these two things. You can type the link into your web browser, the link.ivytech.edu, FWWW success, or you can take your mobile device and snap the QR code. Either one of those two things are going to take you automatically to our Ivy Life webpage, and at the very bottom of the page that you'll see a little note that says, "Thank you, your participation has been logged," and that's literally all you have to do. That code is linked directly to this event and this event participation. So as long as you're signed into Ivy Tech, into Ivy Life with your username and password, it's going to take that information and it's going to say, "Yep, you chose this link. We know that you were here." So if you're seeing that note, I've got your participation logged. I'm also going to drop my email in there if you want to double check. I know everybody wants their prizes or access to the grand prizes. So if you are not getting that little note that I mentioned that says that your participation is logged, you are welcome to email me, reach out to me, and double check to make sure that I got you covered here, because we want to make sure that everybody is getting the credit for being here and for watching. So once again, my email in the chat, and there we go. Okay, so if you guys are viewing this on the recording, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our events for the spring semester on our YouTube page, which is called Titan Tube, because we're all Titans here. And it is available at link.ivytech.edu/TitanTube. So check that out. Every week, you will always be able to see any past events that we have that have been recorded, and we look forward to checking you guys out there. So